A fall offense and a room full of questions. November 4th, 2018. Cumming, Georgia. A 40-year-old mother of 5 attends a football mom's sleepover. Hours later, she's found dead in the backyard. Authorities call it an accidental fall, but her injuries don't match. Witness accounts change. Photos vanish. And the one black woman at an all-white party leaves behind a story that still doesn't add up. This is the case of Tamla Horsford. Tamla was invited to an overnight birthday party for a woman named Jean Myers. The guest list included 10 women and 3 men. There was drinking, card games. Social media posts showed Tamla smiling, laughing. The house was in a gated community in Forsyth County, a place with a long, troubled racial history. Tamla was the only black woman there. At 7:30 a.m., Tamla's body was found face down in the backyard. She was still wearing her white onesie pajamas. The official report says she fell off the second-story deck, 14 feet, and landed fatally on the grass below. But here's the thing. The injuries listed in the autopsy included lacerations to the heart, a dislocated wrist, and cuts to the face, more consistent with physical struggle than a fall. One man at the party, Jean's boyfriend, Jose Barrera, called 911. But on the call, Jean is heard in the background saying, "She might have fallen from the deck, I'm not sure." Police found broken fences, overturned furniture, and spilled drinks inside. Yet the group insisted nothing unusual happened. Why was there a delay in calling 911? Why did everyone claim to be asleep when Tamla supposedly fell? The Forsyth County medical examiner ruled the death accidental, citing high blood alcohol and traces of Xanax and THC. Tamla's family pushed for a second autopsy. It raised more questions. Blunt force trauma to the head. Injuries inconsistent with a simple fall. No definitive signs of defensive wounds, but also no signs of impact where she supposedly landed. Photos taken at the scene were accidentally deleted by one of the party attendees, who just happened to be a county employee. Jose Barrera, the man who called 911, was later fired from his job as a pre-trial officer for accessing police reports in the case without authorization. Why were the photos deleted? Why was he digging through sealed case files? Tamla Horsford was a mother of 5. She was Trinidadian, beloved by her family, and known for her kindness. She walked into a house of people she trusted, but she didn't walk out. Forsyth County, where the party was held, has a long history of racial violence, including the 1912 expulsion of black residents. Is it possible her race shaped how the case was handled, or not handled at all? Tamla's husband, Leander, has said publicly, "She was the life of the party. She would not have been stumbling around that deck." He wasn't contacted until hours after her death. In interviews, the family has repeatedly called for justice, but their requests have been met with silence. In 2019, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reviewed the case and upheld the ruling, accidental death. But no one was re-interviewed, no phone records were seized, and several statements contradict each other, but no one was charged with perjury. Tamla Horsford's death was ruled an accident, but from the injuries to the missing photos, the timeline to the silence, it feels more like a redacted page than a closed case. If it was an accident, why so many lies? Why so much fear of transparency? Why silence the voices calling for answers? Subscribe to the Redacted Report, because justice doesn't start with answers. It starts with questions. What really happened to Tamla Horsford?